I was like, am I losing my mind? Genuinely. Because at first I was like, okay, because the edit of the video, I did make a little mountain out of a molehill. The first edit to the video, because my first draft, like I thought that I did a pretty good job of like naturally integrating it into like a video that I would normally do. But then the edit that they wanted me to do, I feel like just defeated the entire purpose of the video, and it just made it look weird. But I was like, Brittany, just shut up and do it. That's what my mom basically told me. She's like, Brittany, just suck it up and do it. It's gonna be up to you whether or not you want to do it. I'm like, yeah, valid. And you basically said the same thing. Like, listen, it's just in the end, it's gonna be up to you whether or not you want that to be up. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, dang it. I'm like, fine. So I did it. And yeah, I just thought like I just think that it's absolutely crazy, crazy. So I sent a whole long detailed message back. And I mean, granted, my management team was incredibly apologetic. They were like, Brittany, we're so sorry about this, like all this communication. Like, we'll make sure this doesn't happen again, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I was like, I know it's not y'all's fault. I appreciate it, whatever. I was like, but I said, just a heads up, like, not disclosing if something is an ad is indeed illegal. And so I will not be participating in anything illegal. I was like, I'm not trying to get reported or, God forbid, get in trouble.
Mm-mm. I also was like, Brittany, you need to tell them that like you expect compensation for these 2 or 3 days that like this ad was up, because
Mm-hmm.
this is ridiculous. Like they can't come back and say, oh, well, like we didn't know. The video is up. It had everything that you wanted, that you approved,
Yep.
and it's on my page, and you're paying me for the exposure. So whether or not you don't like it after 2 or 3 days is simply not my problem. I
Yes.
had it posted on my page with these followers and all of these interactions. Where's my check? Like, do they ever get back to you about that?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
They never got back with me. So I don't know. I don't know what the update is. They were like,
That's
because I sent them the super long message back, and then at the end, I basically said, because Sophia brought up the compensation thing, and I said, you are so right. Like, I didn't even think about that. So I took screenshots of my analytics just so I can have them. And I messaged back and I said, if they want me to delete it, I was like, I'll be more than happy to do that. I was like, but I want to explore the compensation for the days that, for the interaction that it did get.
mm-hmm.
and and I basically told them, I said, all in all, long story short, I'm not re-uploading it for a third time. I'm just not doing it.
No. That is so unprofessional.
It
Like,
is.
truly.
It is.
And it's not like they can say, oh, well, you didn't post the right one. Well, you actually did, because they approved it.
Exactly.
So if they have an issue back at their home office that people aren't talking to other people and communications like getting crossed and crisped and whatever, that's not your problem.
That's their problem.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. They need to be like, oh, for next time we need to do blank. It's like, but it's just crazy that
I know.
a whole company doesn't know the basic copyright laws.
I think the thing is that they do. They just know that the video won't get as many views if
Right,
it
for sure.
does, which is like so sketchy.
It is.
It makes me wonder, like, because your manager was referencing like the Lemon 8 team.
Yeah.
So I'm like, was it like Lemon 8 headquarters, or was it like a management or like a media company that they hired to then go and find people to like do their own brand deals?
Right.
But like, still, then they're not a legit company. Like,
Right, but even then it's just sketchy.
yes.
Even then it's just weird and it's just sketchy, and
Mm.
this is like that one brand all over again.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
Did we name drop them?
no.
Okay.
Because we also talked about how other people use them, and I don't want to like out other
That's
people.
true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
But they do still email me to this day.
Do they really?
Yes, from like a bunch of different companies. Like,
Oh yeah.
and it's crazy because they'll offer me like, we are offering like $500 compensation for one TikTok video, and I'm like, okay, I know what my manager got me for this deal that I didn't go through with because the product didn't work for me.
Right.
But I'm like, it's wild, like what you can get if you have management, or what you can get if you know your worth.
Mm-hmm.
It is vastly different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're with new management now.
I'm
You're
about to be. I'm about to be. I haven't sent the email yet.
So exciting.
But yeah, I'm gonna send the email and just be like, look, like no tea, no shade, all love here. I gotta go my own
Yeah,
way.
I don't think
Like,
they're gonna like try to hold you up in court about it.
no, I don't. I don't think so because it is on a month to month contractual basis,
Oh, okay.
and I just have to have like a an email or like an in writing notice
Yeah.
a week before the month is over.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do it. I keep forgetting about it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna sign the dotted line with the new one.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, thank
And
goodness.
they're good people.
I know.
They're a good company.
She seems really, really cool.
Yeah. I'm happy for you. You're going to be
Thanks.
getting PR and brand deals. Wait, what were the two companies that messaged you about PR?
Olaplex
Ooh.
and La Roche Posay. I know. I was just like, I went on Instagram and then it says request one. And I was like, oh, I wonder who's, and then it was La Roche Posay being like, hey, we're like obsessed with your content. We want to send you a PR. I was like, okay. Like, I was like, whoa, okay. Like, I'm down. So yeah, they said, we just need a name and an address. I said, okay, here's my name and address. And they're like, well, send, it should be there within 2 weeks. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh,
Slay.
that's so
And then
exciting.
like 10 minutes later, I get a request from Olaplex being like, we love your content. Like we want to send you some of our like favorite, hair care products. I said, okay. Like
That's wild. Like
I
back to
know.
back.
Literally within a span of like 15 minutes of each other.
Wow.
I know. I was like, that's actually insane because I was under the impression that like when influencers sign on to management, they
Mm-hmm.
just like automatically start getting PR. Like it's, that was my impression.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that does happen, like you can go, I mean, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, you can go to your management team and be like, "Hey, I would love to get PR from A through C or A through E brands, like these are the brands that I love, like if you can make something happen, that'd be dope." And then
Yeah.
they do, question mark, I don't know.
It's usually like the management company has ties with like a bunch of brands. So like when
Mm-hmm.
you sign on with them, they're like, "Hey, this is our new girl. Put her on your list if you want to," type of thing.
Gotcha.
Or just like reaching out like through Instagram, which is what it seems has happened with like Olaplex and La Roche Posay. Like they just DM'd
Yeah.
you straight
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Because my management company, I like told them, I said, hey, like these are the brands that I use pretty much every single day. I'm like, I've organically talked about it on my TikTok and really on all of my social media platforms. Like, I would love to get, the opportunity to either work with them or like even if there's like a PR list that I can get on, like these are the brands that I would love to work with. And my manager at the time, because I've got bounced around between a couple at this point, but my first manager was like, oh, they said, oh, if you just keep posting content and tagging them, like you'll like maybe you'll get it one day. I'm like, isn't that technically your job to like nudge me in the right direction and like
Yeah,
kind of
like help.
help me get there? Like start reaching out, and then they would message me and be like, hey, this like blank and blank company wants to send you a gift, like do you want it? And I'm like, sure. And then it would never show up.
Uh,
i'm like
that's annoying.
I'm like, okay, cool, I mean, whatever, but like it's almost like a tease, like.
Yeah. Um, I guess we can keep on the topic of like brand deals and influencer stuff. I was
Yeah.
thinking of like a bad brand deal that happened with me. It wasn't bad, but it was just like a crappy situation.
Mm-hmm.
I got a brand deal with this like teeth whitening company.
Okay.
And the outline, like the rules were like very simple. It was just like post a story with like your special link and just it was supposed to be like a Q&A. Like they wanted us to do a Q&A, and then for like the third or fourth slide, someone like asked about what do you whiten your teeth with? And like
Heard.
you've probably seen so many influencers do it.
I
Now that
have,
I've done it,
yes.
I can like clock it every time.
For
But
sure.
like, hey, everyone's got to get their coin. And like I do
Facts.
use the teeth whitening strips and I like them and they work. So I got the outline, like, okay, you need to post it on this date. Like, they give you an exact date. They want it to be your first story of the day. So, like, don't post anything else and then post them. Like, they want to be the first. So I do the little Q&A and I answer like the three questions, and I go back on the brief and I'm like, where's my link? Like I don't see like this like special link, but
Right.
I see that they mention it's like through Amazon. So I was like, okay, I guess it's just like an Amazon link or whatever.
Like
And
the
I
affiliate
emailed,
link, right.
yes, and I emailed my manager being like, hey, like I don't see this link, but I know I'm supposed to go live in like 30 minutes. Like, hello, what's going on type of thing. And I never heard back from her. So I'm like what do I do? Like, do I not post? Do I post? Like, I know I'm
Right.
supposed to, but like, is it right? Like, whatever. So I just go ahead and I post it, and I use like a regular Amazon link, and it does really well. Like, it gets like 300 or 400 clicks, which I'm like,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, which I'm like, okay, slay.
Right.
So the next day I get an email from my manager, and she's like, hey, Sophia, like, so sorry, but the brand came back and like you didn't use the right link. Like, this was your specific link that you were supposed to use. Like, they sent it late type of thing. They want you to repost it. Like, they want you to post it again. I was like, I immediately know it's not going to do as well.
Right.
Like, it's never going to do as well as the first time. Like, with
Right.
the fresh face, like,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so the next day, I like posted my thing being like, hey, like, these are the teeth whitening strips. It gets like 20 clicks, 30
Doggone
clicks.
it.
Like, nothing. Because people already saw it yesterday.
Right.
Like, come
And they're like,
on.
girl, we get it. Like, you whiten your teeth, we get it.
Exactly.
Ah,
And so
doggone it.
they like the story is like up and whatever. And a couple days later they come back like, "Hey, can you screenshot and like send us your analytics?" And I'm like, so I sent them the analytics from the story with like the correct link, and then I also sent them the analytics from the story with the incorrect link. And I was like, I want to make sure that they know that this is how many authentic clicks the story got with the wrong link. Like, please know that I don't get 20 clicks on a story. Like, it's more
Right.
like please work with me again. Like, this was fun
Yeah.
type thing. I've never heard from them ever since, ever again.
Oh no.
Done. Done. Blacklisted.
They said, no, we're good, babe.
I know. And it hurts, it pains me so much every time I see an influencer post one of their stories. I'm like, damn it.
Right. You're like,
Like, and it wasn't my fault because like I really thought like I thought that first off they would send me the link, and I really thought like it had to be up at a certain date. Like, I was just following the rules type of thing.
right.
But it just did not turn out in my favor, and yeah, I've never heard from them since.
Oh,
I know. I'm like, dang it.
how unfortunate.
Right? Yeah.
That sucks. I hate
Oh
that.
well, it is what it is.
I remember I on the actually, I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that. Never mind. I don't think I just kidding. I'm sorry. I don't Yikes. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that. Just kidding.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Do I already know it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, okay, you have to tell me after.
I'll tell you later. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. There's some things that like I genuinely don't think that I'm allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it can't like you can't air out everything.
Yeah. Cause like I remember one that just like randomly popped up into my head and then I was like, wait, just kidding. I think I signed something. I can't talk about it.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
can't talk about it.
Um,
JK.
Before I got on here, I was like FaceTiming my sister, and I was like, Eva, I always ask her like, what should we talk about? Like, give me like a topic or two or whatever. And she was like, you should talk about Tana's podcast, like Tana Mojo's podcast.
Yeah.
Apparently, she came out with a podcast like in the past couple of days and was like exposing how she got asked to like post a political ad. I don't know for what party. I'm assuming it's the Democrat Party because that's like the most that I've seen is most influencers working with
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
And she said it was for millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And she like saw the list. This I'm like repeating what my sister told me. She saw the list of like all these influencers, and it was like celebrity after celebrity, like all the people who had already signed up, like, yes, we're gonna do it.
Wild.
And Tana, I guess, wasn't doing it because she's like, that's not like my platform is not politics. Like,
Right.
I'm not taking that stance.
Yeah.
And she was her whole story. She kept saying like allegedly, and allegedly they offered me $1 million, and allegedly I saw all these like trying to just like cover her tracks type of
Yeah.
thing. But I thought that was crazy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go and like watch that snippet of the podcast.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Millions of dollars is insane.
That's nuts.
For an endorsement.
For an endorsement.
I know. So
That's
now I keep seeing a bunch of like I saw Addison Rae post like endorsement. Like it was like a go vote type of thing, but it
oh,
also had
okay.
like a video in the background for like a political party. So like you
Mm-hmm.
could tell like what side she was kind of taking, but
Mm-hmm.
she's also like encouraging them to vote. I think that's kind of like it's under the guise of like register to vote, but like
Uh-huh.
register for this party type thing.
Gotcha. I feel you.
Um but now I see them and I can't stop thinking like they just got like millions of
Like, I
dollars
wonder
for
how much I
this.
got paid. That's
Yes.
crazy.
I also saw today that Pharrell Williams, you know him, like,
Oh, for
and
real.
I'm
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, he like he did like a post about like how he's upset, like that he's seen so many celebrities like taking stances and like doing all these endorsements. He's like,
Right.
that's just like that's not what I want my like stuff to be about. And I was like,
Right.
I respect that. Like, I feel like you and
Same.
I are the same way.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's something about that is just like, it's just icky to me.
Yes, it just
It's
seems
icky. It's
wrong.
icky to me. It's like it gives. It's almost like a bribery
Mm-hmm.
in a way. Like, that's really. It's like, because you never know what people actually like the handful of people that actually care, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I like genuinely really care about this, and the fact that like I can get a check too, like, that's freaking awesome. But then there's other people that are like, $1 million, like, you know what I'd do for $1 million, like, you know what I mean, like, roll over and take it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Like vote for Kanye, $1 million
yep,
check. Like
period. Like, no, but actually, like, it's just that's, but it just feels so icky to me. It feels just like
I
like
know.
inauthentic, like, regardless of where you lean, like, it just feels like,
It's just weird that like we're in that age now where like
mm-hmm,
social media and politics are like one. Like not only are celebrities and influencers like endorsing people, but like politicians are on social media and like they're making videos and like
yep,
they're tweeting. Like it's insane. And the younger generation, like freshly 18, like ready to vote, like they're all like very chronically online.
oh,
So, I
absolutely,
mean, they are definitely reaching young minds and like
yes,
reaching a lot of young people, which is why they're paying $1 million freaking dollars for all these like endorsements.
jeez,
I
dude,
know. I'm like, and for multiple influencers and multiple celebrities,
mm-hmm.
that is a fat amount that is going towards like
Where's this budget coming from?
insane.
Question.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I
Question
don't know.
mark.
Like, let me know how y'all feel about that, but I don't know. I just feel like it's just like a little odd. Like, I don't feel like political parties should be like brand deals.
Definitely not. Like, like, doesn't even matter what side that you're leaning against. Like, I don't care. It's really just the whole general concept of it
Yeah.
is just weird. Like,
I
it's
mean,
weird if the right does it, and it's weird if the left does it.
yes. And I feel like we have so many rules about like you can't even have like a certain like a sign, you know, a certain amount of feet from a voting place. And like you can't have certain Oh, did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, you can't have like political party signs within like 10 feet of like a voting poll, and you cannot have like people for like like you can't have like someone who's like pro Trump like at the voting station like right by the booth like, hey, so like this is why Trump is like really great. Like there's
Right.
there's there's lines, like there's boundaries. Like you
Right.
have to give people like their space to like make their own decision type of thing.
Right.
So I
Is that the
feel
same thing as, like, not to cut you off, I'm
No, you're
sorry.
fine.
Is that the same thing as, like, because I remember the last time that I can't remember what I was, I think it was like is that just like for the presidential election, or is that just for like all elections?
I think it's all elections.
Interesting, because I wonder if that is the same thing as, like, because I remember, I can't remember where I was at, like what election it was. I think it was like for some like small town thing, but like but these two guys, separate people, came up to me and handed me a pamphlet, and they were like, here is the Republican candidates, and like here are
Mm-hmm.
the Democratic candidates,
Mm-hmm.
and they like handed them both, like, two guys at the same time both came and handed me a piece of paper, and I didn't know what it was, so I took it and I was looking, and then it was like, oh, if you're Democrat, these are all the people that you need to vote for if you're Democrat. And they're like, oh, if
Oh.
you're Republican, these are all the people that you need to vote for if you're Republican.
Was it like propaganda or was it like
No, like, it was
information?
just, I think it was just like, I think it was like a representative from a Democratic party, and then it was a representative from a
Oh.
Republican party.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's different than like propaganda. Maybe it's just like straight up like informative. Like these are your
And where my voting spot is, there's signs everywhere. So I'm confused.
But like I said, I think it's like a certain number of feet. Like they can't be by the door. Like they can be like
oh,
outside, like on the sidewalk. It's like very specific.
That's
like,
weird. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the more you know.
Yeah, no kidding. I just think that whole concept of paying people, especially when it comes to politics, is like kind of shady.
I agree, 100%.
Very
I
shady.
I feel like this is the first election where I've heard of that. Like I'd never heard of that for the last election.
Yeah, me
or at
either.
least like I didn't clock it when I saw it.
Right.
So it's just like weird to me.
I remember there was this influencer who he said that he got a message from the Democrat is Kamala, right?
Yeah.
Is it Kamala or Kamala? Kamala or Kamala?
Kamala.
Okay, I don't want to be rude. Kamala. So
Yeah.
apparently he got a message from like the Democratic Party, like the official like Democratic Party, and was like, hey, if you basically like do you want to, like, we'll pay you if you make a video like encouraging people to go vote for the Democratic Party. And he was like, I'm not going to do that. But he was like, I figured I'd have like, not because he like leaned mostly to one side. He was just kind of saying the same thing that you and I just said. Like, it's just weird. It's just shady. And he's like, that's just not what I'm about. So he was like, I want to have fun with it and see how much they'll give me. And they were just basically like, give me a number. And, they were like, what, how much would you charge, basically? So
like name a price.
Yeah, basically. And he just thought it would be funny. He was like, he goes, I said $50,000, just because he said, I didn't think that anything would actually come of it, whatever. And they said, done.
Wow.
50,000. He didn't do it, but like $50,000.
Crazy.
I'm like, what? Like, dude.
And Tana's getting offered millions.
That's freaking crazy.
I feel like there's a difference with like, because I'm trying to think of like any political ads that I've seen other influencers do like in years prior. It's been like go vote type of thing. Like for like whatever, like not charity but like foundations, like just to like encourage people to like register, like hey everyone, like don't forget to register. But like now it's completely like, hey, vote, but like vote for this party, please. Like that's where to me I'm like, it's like crossing a line almost,
right?
Like am I a stick in the mud? I don't know.
No, it's just it's incredibly weird. And it's I feel like we're living in a Black Mirror episode.
Yes.
Like it's only a matter of time where we're just gonna have like something in our arm and we have to scan. It's only a matter of time.
So weird. And I feel like, and I feel like everyone, it's like it's like the weather almost. Like it just comes up in conversation, like the economy. Like, oh, in the economy. Like everyone's just like, oh, and like the times we're living in. Oh God. Like everyone knows it's just like a weird time.
Yes. Absolutely.
But yet we live to see another day.
We're
another day and another episode.
Yep.
If you don't laugh, you cry.
Gotta laugh to keep from crying, man.
Ooh.
That's
How
good.
about those gas prices?
I remember when it was 50 cents for a dozen eggs. I walked to school barefoot in the snow, then there and back. Same pair of shoes, rain or shine or snow.
My mom didn't pack me no lunch. I had water.
Water from the creek out back.
Not the crick. Oh my gosh, dude.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Oh, follow our Instagram.
Oh my god, we are the worst. Follow our Instagram, everyone.
Please.
Please. We have a TikTok. We have an Instagram. We post like I don't know, updates and things and
Yeah.
whatever. Just go follow. It's cool.
Please.
We don't flood your feed. Like,
We're like slowly making our way to 10K.
what?
And then we'll do merch.
And then we'll do merch. We're only about 7,000 off. No, that's a lie. Like 6,500 or something
Yes.
like that off. We're getting there slowly but surely. We'll get there one day.
Yes, we will.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, but it would be nice if you could follow us. Thanks.
Please and thanks.
We love you.
All right, until next week.
Bye.
Bye.